Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Dee Dee. We are the hilarious outcome of opposing brains sharing a mutual desire to share knowledge and positive thinking about hemp and cannabis.
We are here to tear down the walls built by Big Pharma and other big companies that seek to keep the human race in fear and divided.
We are here to shatter the myths about hemp and cannabis and change the stigma of this amazing plant. Welcome to Hemp and Happiness with the Hemp Queen
And Emperor.
Podcast. Join us as we venture into this misunderstood and the unknown. Hey, happy hempsters. Thank you for joining us again on our Hemp and Happiness podcast, where we talk about fun and exciting things and futuristic stuff and all kinds of coolness. Matt and I usually have a good time doing these, so sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out what the hell we want to talk about, but we can almost always think of something.
I don't think it's hard to figure out what we want
Sometimes
to talk
I do.
about. I think it's hard. It's like going to the grocery store. You know what you need, but then when you get there, you're like, what?
Yeah, where's my list? Where's my list?
The research can be kind of daunting.
Sometimes.
Which,
yeah.
speaking of which, I've gotten really into DuckDuckGo lately.
Yeah.
And they're not sponsoring us, by the way. So if you hear me DuckDuckGo,
you can
give me a call.
us.
Shoot me an email. But
we need some sponsors.
Yes, we do. If you're tired, well, no, because then we would get paid for it, and we wouldn't be able to say we're not getting paid to say this stuff.
Oh, true.
But anyway, if you're
But I
tired,
don't mind getting paid for just saying
if you're
something.
tired of cookies and tracking and all the bullshit algorithms that are served to you by
Facebook and Google.
Yeah.
And I hate Facebook.
Then you might want to give DuckDuckGo a try. I mean, it's a Microsoft product, right?
Yeah.
So it's still owned by one of the big evils, but
Not as bad.
it's much better.
Yeah, it is.
And your searches are. Have you ever noticed that? And I've noticed this in doing the research for this podcast. Is like when you search for information, it sends you down a rabbit hole, and often, like Google will send you down a rabbit hole and often show you like the opposite of what you're asking to like, oh, no.
That's not what
You don't want to know
wanna
about the
this.
correlations between opioids and, the
Right.
endo-opioid system and the endocannabinoid system, why they're different.
Well, one, they don't think you're that smart enough to ask that question.
If you search for things like that, you'll hear about how bad marijuana is.
Oh,
and how
yeah.
bad. You'll find some stuff on how opioids, whatever you want to call them, are bad, but you won't find anything on why the endocannabinoid system is a whole different system than the endo-opioid system, and why the physical addiction,
Look at him
psychological
burning.
addiction properties. You just won't find it on Google. I mean, unless you go to page
Right.
3017, they're like, okay, well, we have to put it on there, so let's
Right.
put it on the very last page. So anyway.
Well,
sorry
and
about
you
that.
can hide.
I jumped right down. We
You
didn't even get
did.
started
I know.
down a rabbit
I
hole.
know, you did. He does a lot. But, you can hide shit, too. Like, there was this one CBD company. I'm not going to name names, but they are from Kentucky. And in the beginning, they were using some really bad hemp, and it had really high levels of lead in it. Well, they had a really good marketing team, and they buried that. They buried that shit. And then, of course, they, even when people would bring it up, well, no, we're just, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, bad shit, you can get it buried. I mean, if you got the right people working on your marketing and money, you can bury all that bad shit. So it's kind of bullshit.
Just get a new athletic jersey.
Ouch.
Yeah.
We're not going there.
Write a big check to
Well, it's always about writing a big check.
The Abused Woman Foundation. Change your jersey number and you're good to go.
We ain't going there. Anyway,
No.
So this episode, we kind of wanted to touch on the history that Biden made about a week or so, maybe two by now, about the whole wanting to pardon all prior federal offenses for simple marijuana possession, which is huge. And he had promised that in his campaign, so it looks like he's finally trying to get it going. Now, those are federal offenses. Most people are like, well, what about state? And that's pretty much left up to the governors of the state. And right now, obviously, our current governor, which is Governor Beshear, he is for it. Obviously, he commissioned the whole medical cannabis.
As long as you wear a mask.
Oh my God, we're not going there. He tried to keep us safe. You shush. We're not going there. I like Governor Beshear. I met him in person, and he was super nice. So I like him. He was
Is that
super
all
nice.
it takes?
Well, yeah, he actually came to talk to me. Like, I didn't go talk to him.
So are you trying to say that because I'm an asshole, what I say is not relevant, but if I was super nice?
That is exactly what I said.
Oh, he's super nice. Everything he said must be true.
I didn't say it was all true.
He's super nice.
But he was super nice. Anywho, it's kind of up to him.
You know how I know he was lying?
Because his lips were moving. Yeah, he's a politician. Yeah,
Yep.
buddy. That's how all politicians are. Mm-hmm. There's some good ones out there that aren't just self-serving.
Nope.
There's a
Nope.
few, whatever.
Nope. They're all puppets.
Most of them have their own agenda. I'll give you that.
No, it's not their agenda.
But can I get back to this
It's
thing?
not their agenda.
Okay. Moving on,
Okay.
Mr. Go down the rabbit hole all the time. We're
Stop
talking
digging the holes and I'll stop diving down
medical
them.
marijuana. But anyway, can Governor Beshear just suddenly wave his magic wand? No, but I think he could do an executive order.
Does he have a magic wand?
He
Did you
might.
see this magic wand?
Oh,
Is it
dear.
super nice?
Oh, I'm just not even touching that. Anyway.
Oh, you took it
You
there.
You did. Anyway, moving past that. We still have the legislative branch that has to make pretty much all the decisions in Kentucky, and they get to vote and decide what's best for Kentuckians. And so far, they have not considered marijuana best for Kentuckians and have never called a bill to the Senate.
Bourbon's best for Kentuckians.
Right?
It's the healthy choice.
Oh, buddy. How many deaths from people? People died from alcohol, but not marijuana. But anyway, that's another rabbit hole. He also told that that marijuana is they need to review how marijuana is scheduled in the drug code for the DEA and how to hopefully they'll get that removed from the Schedule 1. And I don't know if you know this, but marijuana didn't even get on the Schedule 1 list until 1972. That was during the Nixon era. And it has later been reported that the Nixon campaign and his staffers told him that marijuana should not be on that schedule, and he went and did it anyway. So we are literally fighting something from a crooked politician from the 70s that put that on as a Schedule 1, and it just created the war on drugs, the war on racism, and has put a lot of good people in jail over a dime bag or a joint. There are still people sitting in jail. And when you've got people sitting in jail for that, but you've got corporations selling it and making a shit ton of money for it, come on. We need to pardon these people for simple marijuana offenses. It's ridiculous.
So what is a dime bag, by the way?
What is a dime bag? Oh, I know you know what a dime bag is.
No, I want to know.
Oh, it's a dime,
I want to know what you think.
bag of weed. I don't even know how much is in it.
Is it a bag that you get for a dime?
No. No. Why was it called a dime bag anyway?
So I've asked this question to many a connoisseur. And the most reasonable answer I've gotten is that when you rolled it up, you remember how they rolled up their tight little baggies back in the day?
Yeah.
Not that I ever did that shit.
Right.
It would be about the
Thickness
size
of
of
a dime.
And then you had the nickel bag.
I never heard
Which
the
would be
nickel bag. Is that why it's
thicker.
called nickelback? Nickel bag?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. But
Maybe.
don't you talk about Nickelback.
I love Nickelback.
Everyone loves Nickelback.
I like them too.
It takes me right back to the strip club days.
I still sing it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so a Schedule 1, do you know what that means when it's listed as a Schedule 1 drug?
It means it's first on the schedule.
Sure.
Schedule 1. It sounds serious.
Right? So it's a drug or substance that is defined as drugs with no currently accepted medical use and a high percentage for abuse. And I don't know about you, but it is higher than, I believe it's higher than crack and coke.
I don't know about that.
yeah.
Maybe coke, but remember the coke crack thing was totally different.
They are, and they're technically two separate substances, even though it's made from the same thing.
Because there's some weird rule
There
where
is.
it's like 4 times
But
the sentencing if it's crack.
Oh, yes. And that was definitely the war on race for sure
thing.
there. That was disgusting. It's still disgusting. But you cannot tell me that heroin should be in the same category as marijuana. That is fucking insane. Excuse my language, but that's insane. Marijuana does not have the same psychoactive addiction properties, none of that shit that heroin does. I mean, people are dying every day from heroin and fentanyl now. I mean, it's just insane. People are not dying from marijuana use. Yeah. So how they could even keep it on the same schedule is beyond me. And why they have for so long, I don't understand that either. Now, granted, that opens up a wormhole for the FDA because, of course, again, that whole Food and Drug Administration, they need to be 2 separate administrations, period. One for food, one for drug. Because putting them together, that's an oxymoron. It's ridiculous.
Well,
because
I agree with you that the
they make
FDA
food
as a
with
whole
drugs.
needs a gut check.
It's disgusting.
Because, I mean, there's
they run
like
too much of this country.
Potential side effects, death.
Right?
And it's FDA approved.
And it's approved. And heaven freaking forbid you make one claim about CBD
Literally
products.
Death.
I know.
And I'm not
or
talking
seizures.
No. And I'm not talking about medication.
Cancer.
I'm talking about things like food dyes.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
So
for real.
We're talking about an organization that will approve a food dye where one of the side effects is death.
Well, and the latest is that Tylenol is causing the autism in children.
I need to see research on that.
Well, I would need to see it too, but hello, it's okay to take it. I know pregnant women that their doctors let them take Zoloft, Zoloft during pregnancy for anxiety and depression.
Again,
how in the hell does that not harm your child?
I don't know.
But yet you can't smoke weed.
But what actually do? And I don't know about any of that. But when I have been studying lately, and I hope to do we can do a podcast about this sometime in the future, is vaccines and autism and the links there. Now that's some interesting stuff.
It is.
And the way that
would not surprise me.
Well, and here's the thing is, and the reason why I haven't really been excited about doing a podcast on it is I don't have a solution yet. Because it's like, do we need vaccines? Oh, hell yes, we do. Because we don't have any alternative yet.
Right.
Do we need to start looking for an alternative for vaccines? I think absolutely. I think that the side effects that are being you're basically
what department would that be?
Well,
you're
introducing RNA to your into your system in a developmental child, like a newborn child. You're introducing RNA that will attach to their DNA,
right?
And you don't think that that's going to...
How do you know what you're giving them, truly?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it. Little, like, that sketches me out, but I want a solution. Like, and I want at least a solution that I could propose, and I don't have one yet. So, to be continued on that.
Okay, to be continued for sure. What is the most abused drug in the United States?
Alcohol?
No. One more guess. I was actually not surprised when I read it.
Oh, gosh.
You take it every day.
I take it every day.
You use it every day. Mm-hmm.
Caffeine.
Yep.
Yep. I love some caffeine.
90% of the United States uses caffeine every day.
Why wouldn't they? It's
and it is
awesome, man.
And it's classified as a psychoactive drug that can alter moods and behavior.
Because it does.
90% of Americans use it. And that's legal.
Yes.
That's legal.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I know it's my go-go juice. I like it. I like to have my cup of coffee in the morning, my big cup with my hazelnut creamer. My favorite.
Give me some of that anhydrous, boy.
No,
I don't
use that shit up. The hydrogenated oil ones, no. I use that Natural Bliss.
Oh, I do. And it's terrible, too.
I don't use that because it hurts my stomach now.
Anhydrous caffeine, some beta-alanine. I want to feel spiders crawling on my face.
Gross.
I'm getting amped just talking about it. I need some CBD to take me down.
Yeah, you do. What's the most abused prescription drug?
abused prescription drug, definitely opioids.
It is codeine and morphine as well.
Yeah, which is they're opioids.
And do you know what like generation is abusing the most?
Boomers.
No, teens.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How are they getting
prescription
that shit?
drugs. Well, gee, it starts with meth.
Starts with meth?
Well, methamphetamines. What do you think the
But
Adderall is?
methamphetamines aren't
We had
an
a whole,
opioid.
not opioids, no, but codeine and morphine.
They're opioids.
Right, but it starts with the Adderall use. I think that's where they start.
So it starts with the ADD
Yeah,
stuff.
it starts
But
with
still,
that.
How do they get a hold of it?
I don't know. Well, I mean, docs and stuff, and you can get Adderall off the street.
No, but I mean, how do they get a hold of the opioids?
Well, it says prescription based, so
From their parents or something?
maybe. You gotta lock that shit up nowadays. Kids will try anything. I was too.
Yeah.
I was scared.
My son told me about that. The lean.
What's that?
It's so lean is codeine cough medicine mixed with Sprite, and it's the new hot thing with the kids.
Codeine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the number one. That's
called
the
lean.
prescription drug is the
Yeah.
codeine where they're
But
getting the cough syrup.
Where are they getting that cough syrup?
That's coming from the doctors. You get a cough, you get cough syrup.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't get like, oh, the cough is still here, doc.
Well,
Can you fill?
sometimes
I'm on
they do
my
refills.
sixth
I don't know
refill.
about
I mean,
that.
eventually they're going to have to go underground for that.
Or other docs. I don't know. But that's pretty sad. It's called lean.
I should do more research on that.
You should make sure your kid ain't doing it too.
Oh, no. Trust me. Trust me.
Yeah, my parents didn't know I was smoking weed either when I was a teenager.
Yes. Well, I have a. Well, anyway.
Yeah,
I'm not going to get
you
into
got
that.
a good kid.
No.
Yes,
No,
you
I'm
do.
not going to
He's
say.
still a good
He is
kid.
a good kid, but I trust a good kid to not be a good kid.
True.
But I also would like to think I've got open, honest dialogue, which is most important, and
It is.
conversation without fear of repercussion.
Yeah. Yeah.
For certain circumstances.
True.
But,
True.
Whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna.
Well, yeah, and considering the business you're in, I mean, if he had questions about marijuana, he should definitely just come see you.
He listens to this podcast.
I hope you listen to this, Jack. I'm sorry, I'm calling you out, man. But I think you're a good kid. So marijuana, the removal of it from, it is,
Schedule 1.
yeah, it has been repeatedly proposed since 1972. Now, if it actually happens this year, I truly believe that the 24 election will be different and where it's currently heading right now. I think that more than half of the United States is open to having marijuana, declassified, reclassified, whatever the hell.
Well, I think more than half of the states have legalized it.
Yes, 37.
Yeah,
in one form or another. And then you've got 3 territories that have as well. And then Canada above and Mexico below. So it's kind of insane.
And we're in Kentucky. What the hell are we doing?
I know. What are we doing?
Actually,
Hello.
it's not a bad spot to be with the taxation issue. So,
Yeah, true. And, another fun fact, nearly half of the drug seizures in 21 were marijuana seizures.
really?
How insane is that? Because it's still Schedule
They're still
1. Because
they're
it's still
still
federally
seizuring it?
illegal. Yeah. Well, that's the big thing. That's always been about the drugs, too. Not only was it a war on race, but also that's how a lot of these departments made their money.
I just came up with a good joke.
Seizing money, seizing cars, seizing homes, the search and seizure thing. Yeah. And the forfeitures. It is ridiculous.
So you want to hear the joke that I literally just thought of
please,
right now?
Dad.
So a cop pulls you over and takes your bag of weed and says, "I heard this helps with seizures." I just thought of that just now on this podcast.
Please tell your cop friends.
That's gold.
Please tell your
That's
cop
gold.
friends. Please tell your cop friends about your dork. Oh, such a dork.
You made that happen.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. But really, I mean, that was kind of all I wanted to talk about today is the fact that hopefully we can get marijuana rescheduled, reclassified, taken off the Schedule 1 list because it is not as... there are medical reasons for marijuana, and people do use it for that purpose. Truly, I believe all use for medical marijuana or marijuana in general is a medical reason, whether it's to make yourself
but you have
happy
to define medical,
or
though.
Exactly, but people use it for different reasons.
Medical implies that you have a condition that requires treatment.
Yeah. Most people have a condition that requires treatment.
The wellness that what we do, wellness, would not be medical. It would be that word that I found in the last podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That I can't remember.
Maybe we could have one of those kind of stores.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because, because CBD, THC, cannabis, as long as you're not smoking it, sorry, smokers, but smoking's bad. You're taking it for preventative purposes.
Yep.
So, which is not technically, if you're taking it preventatively,
it's
true. Not medical.
That is true.
So,
That's true.
And the recreational thing. Yeah. And I know this because I've studied, the definition of medical.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, we don't, because the medical automatically defaults to you have a pre-existing condition. I think marijuana, cannabis, CBD, all that, everything, hemp should be the consideration before you have the condition.
I agree.
Preventing the condition from happening.
I agree.
And then when you do have
and
a
don't
condition,
let it be when all else fails, then I'll try it.
Right.
Don't let that be the first thing you try instead of the last.
Yeah.
So I had a gentleman, well, his wife come in the other day. He's been suffering with migraines really, really badly. And of course they have tried everything. So I was like, have him try these. And I told him about the dosing and the Armory extract gummies. And I'm like, have him try these. She's like, okay. So I can't wait to hear how that goes because, again, you and we would try that first. When, like, my husband's foot was hurting, I'm like, did you put some salve on it? Have you not put any balm on it? Put some balm on it. Balm, salve, I interchange them. And, of course, he's the one that manufactures, and he's the worst one sometimes to use some of that stuff, and it cracks me up. I'm like, that's what I do first, and then if it doesn't work, then I look for something different. But I am all about that.
Yeah.
As natural as possible.
Yeah.
If they could do something with my appendix with it, I'd be home free.
Well, you know what though, and you can't you can't shirk Western medicine, and you can't shirk medicine in the medical community because I think that I don't think that it's the medical community necessarily. That's the problem.
Most of them want to help.
Yeah, I think that doctors more now than ever just get stuck.
They do,
and I think that the groups that they're in, the way that the system now runs, the insurance processes force them.
You and I both have good doctor friends, and my friend. He was even too afraid to say something at the town halls because of what his group might say about it. And that's just sad. Like, they can't even speak their minds about it. And he, he's an avid connoisseur. His wife has horrible back pain. It's the only thing that's relieved her pressure.
But we can speak our minds about it.
We can, and we do.
We don't care.
No, we don't care.
There's
my
initials are MD, but I'm not a medical doctor.
Oh, my initials are BDT, they weren't good.
Never will be, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that too. Although I wouldn't mind having
FBI.
Whatever. Maybe a JD behind my name someday. Esquire.
We'll see. What's JD?
Attorney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell no.
One day, maybe. You don't know. But really, that's kind of all I had. I kind of hope it's exciting to see the changes happening finally. And for all the advocates out there, man, keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate you. Our customers appreciate you. It's not all about Matt and I, obviously.
Yeah.
But, Normal, Friends of Normal, Kentucky Freedom Cannabis Coalition, they're really big advocates here in this city. We ought to have them on as a guest speaker sometime.
Yeah. Did you say Normal?
NORML.
Yeah.
Yeah, Normal. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good friends with them. All you advocates.
Group? That's a big one.
Well, I mean the one that
run the local chapter.
Yeah, a local chapter.
Well, let me tell you something. President Biden, when you're listening to this podcast, and I'm sure you will be, you're doing good here with this one thing. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't forget what you're doing when it comes to marijuana.
Yeah, and I think it helps.
And decriminalization.
It is needed.
The federal thing.
I mean, we're not going to talk about the fact that some of his rules back in '94 hurt a lot of people, but we'll move on from that and just think of positive things.
I mean, everyone, that's a lot of growth from 94. I was a freaking idiot in 94. I'm an idiot now.
I was
But
in
I was a
college.
different kind of
I was in
idiot.
college in 94. Yes, you were.
I was in high school.
Oh, when did you graduate?
95.
Oh.
95.
So you were 18 when you graduated or turned 19.
I don't know.
19.
I was in high school when I got my first tattoo, so I had to be 18.
Yeah. So you were 18, 19 when you graduated. You're old. Oh, 18. You were 18 and then turned 19. I was 17 when I graduated high school.
I was 18 when oh shit, I don't know.
You had to because
I'm
you're
so
a year
old, I
behind
can't
me.
remember.
I know. Anyway, folks, just you know, I don't give a shit if you're a Dem or Republican. Don't care. Moderate and liberal. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. You're a human
doesn't
being
matter.
first.
Let's get this passed.
You
And
can't form your
hopefully-
opinions by a group.
Exactly.
You have
and
to form your opinions as an individual.
November 8th in the state of Kentucky, you can vote for new leadership that hopefully will swing the damn needle into passing medical or even rec here in the state.
You liked Berkshire?
I do. He's not up for re-election this year.
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
there's
you're so smart.
I know, but there's plenty of other legislators that are up for re-election.
Hopefully another attorney.
Yeah. What do you mean? Hopefully another attorney.
He was an attorney.
Me as an attorney?
No, he was an attorney.
Oh, he was an attorney. Oh, well, yeah. We're not talking
He is an
about the,
attorney.
we're not
He
talking
is
about
an
the
attorney.
governor race because you know as well as I do. Once it becomes that far,
There's some nasties in there too. We'll have to have
and
a podcast
there's
about
one
that.
that you know I can't stand. Ugh, bleh. Yeah.
Anyway,
our opinions matter, people.
no, they don't.
Thank you
Your
guys.
opinion matters. Our opinions don't matter.
Thank you guys for listening to us as always. And, you know, keep it hempy out there. Follow us on all the socials. Reach out, info@502hemp.com. And be good, be safe, and party on.
Party on. Wow. I like that.
Why
Is that
not?
original? Did you come up with that right now?
You know, I may have heard it somewhere before.
That was the original podcast. The PBS, no, public access
Yeah.
shows. Oh my God.
All right. Well, we're definitely talking about our age
Bye.
now. Bye, y'all. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Hemp and Happiness with the Hemp Queen.
And Emperor.
Keep your mind ever open and expanding. Like, subscribe, review, follow us, all the good stuff. And
Keep it hempy out there.